Hey guys, Ellie Showstack here. Hope you are doing awesome, feeling awesome, being awesome, and just being you. I wanted to discuss with you in the next few minutes the concept of why. Okay. Now, I work with singles, talk with them daily, individuals from all different types of backgrounds, whether they've just come out of a breakup, whether they are recently divorced, have been divorced for many years, or they're just single, haven't found the one that they're looking for. One of the things that keeps coming up in my conversations with um, with these individuals is this concept of why. Why is it that the other person whom I'm interacting with has not gotten back to me? Okay. So, in the world of online communications, you hear the concept called ghosting, right? So, that's a drastic form where the person has not been able to communicate with the other person because they've blocked them on social media, they're not returning texts. It's truly upsetting on many, many levels, right? But then you have just the basic back and forth between two people who are relating, beginning dating, or whether they're into a relationship. Now, obviously, when you're in a long term relationship and it's been a long time and you haven't heard back, that's very, very upsetting. Okay, no question. But I want to discuss with you why the question of why is actually detrimental to you getting and being in a healthy, loving relationship. Okay. And here's the reason why. As human beings, our minds constantly are trying to figure things out to make sense for us. So, because the mind likes to protect you from pain, what it wants to do is it'll say, well, if I do A, then B happens. And if B happens, I feel like C. So if C is good, then I'm going to do A and B. But if C feels like crap, then I'm going to stop doing A and B. I might not even go looking for anything similar or remotely sounding like the letters A and B just because I want to stay away from pain as much as I possibly can. Okay? So when you're in a relationship, your mind is in hyper mode of judgment and constantly trying to figure out, is this going to cause me pain? Is this going to cause me pleasure? And if it's usually in the middle, okay, fine, I can tolerate this and that. Now, these are not ideal levels to be at. I'm just telling you how the average mind, my mind for many years operated in this fashion when I was single. And it's just constantly judging, right? Now, when that person doesn't communicate back with you, when that person, for whatever reason, has decided not to communicate with you again. Now, if they tell you the reasons why and they're making like a clear break, you might not be happy with the way they told you. You might not agree with their decisions. You might say, well, do you want to think about it? Or you might have some other choice words, but at least you still, your mind is able to kind of formulate some ideas. I agree with her. I disagree with him. I don't believe this is true. I do believe this is true, back and forth, right? When you don't hear back from this other person, whether it's just not getting a communication back, a text back, a call back, or the drastic form of ghosting, where it's like they completely block you on all levels and it's like as if they don't exist. In both of those cases, they are giving you an answer. Now, the answer is no. Okay? So when you hear no, it does not feel good. Why? Because you want things to go your way. So the mind says, okay, because I like to things to be in my control, that's when I feel better about my life. I want to know why she is not getting back to me. I want to know why he does not like me anymore. I need to know. I need to know. And the reason why it needs to know is because it will then create some type of framework for the future of saying, if A plus B equals C, stay away from something like this again. But since I will never know, there's this question mark of maybe I'll get back with this person. Maybe I'll find out what the reason is and I'll be with them. Or I hate them so much for doing this. I just want to know, how could a person ever do something like this to me? Why? So here's the reason why. It don't matter. Yep, it don't matter. It doesn't matter what the reason is. The bottom line is we need to look at the facts. And the facts are, this person is not getting back to you. They are saying no. So yes, you have the right to be pissed. You have the right to be angry. You have the right to question the other person's sanity. You can come up with all those thoughts. But the way to deal with this in a healthy way so that you can move on quicker is to be able to say, okay, I'm actually okay with this because this is not the type of relationship that I would want, where a person would not explain how they feel about something. If they can act this way now, then I'd rather be ghosted or told no in this passive way than be hurt even further down the line. Now, what happens if it's something that's further down the line where you don't know why? Yeah, okay. The longer that you're in the relationship, the harder and more difficult it gets. But the facts are still the same. The answer is no. And you can mourn the relationship. You have the right to be sad. But when you wallow in that question with the big question mark, why, it's never really going to matter. Okay? Because if you do know the reasons, even if you find out the reasons why, the relationship, for all intents and purposes, is over. Okay? So whether you agreed with the reasons, whether you don't agree with the reasons, but you got one life. You can now go ahead and say, I'm taking this as a form of communication. The communication is no to me. Yes, I can be upset. I don't want that. I want someone to say yes to me. And yes is open communication. I hope that this is clear, and I hope that this makes sense for you in terms of being able to move past this question of why. And I hope that it will provide you with a wonderful way to embrace the moment that you're in so that you can let unhealthy communications or passive communications pass through you and not become you, so that you can then embrace who you really are, the awesome person that you are, to be with someone who can enhance the awesomeness that you already are. Have an awesome day. Take care.